Welcome back to another episode of College Baseball Saturday. My name is JP Sponseller, joined by Cole Harding. No Corey this morning with the Memorial Day weekend. He was trying to pick up an extra shift this morning, make a couple extra bucks. I'm hoping that those extra bucks will be going towards our regional travel here in a week or so.
Or a parlay, either one.
Or a parlay. Either one. I'm hoping that he will put this one towards this regional travel.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted to give him some grace on picking up that shift and missing this show for sure. I think it has the ability to help us out in the long run a little bit.
Yeah. Sure.
But since it's Saturday morning and I decided to throw this shirt on, first shirt that I saw this morning. Let's start this Saturday on a good note. What do you say?
Cold beer, 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 with a nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer. I love cold beer, with a nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer, cold beer, with a nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer, cold beer, with a nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer, nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer, nice cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, cold beer, with a nice cold beer, with a nice cold beer.
Gosh, that hits every time. I'm starting to get to the point where I memorize like which ones are like I know when Luke Combs is coming in every single time.
I was going to say that one hits different.
It's
just nice cold beer
every time.
My
So we plan to have guest picker for today, Ryan Nicholson. He graduate of Cincinnati Bearcats, went on to the Kentucky Wildcats, helped get them to Omaha, and breaking the single season home run record. That 2024 year was also my roommate at Cincinnati, very good friends of me and Cole. We decided to bump this show back an hour just for Ron. He is in Pasco, Washington. Actually, he's on the road in Seattle this week. Playing professional baseball, and we have no word from him. I totally understand that it is 7 a.m. local time for him. He wanted to do this thing. He committed to it. He wanted to do it. And as of right now, I'm about 85% sure that he is still fast asleep.
Ron sleeping in a little bit.
Yeah. Cole did make a good point. Like, that's a guy who his first move when he lifts his head off the pillow is head into the bathroom to take his morning shit every single day, every time.
Yeah, I can also see him not accounting for that time, but we still haven't heard from him. So
that's my concern.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I think we would at least get a courtesy text if that was the case. And there's been no sign of the kid this morning. So I'm starting to think that
no bueno.
He will not be making it with us this morning.
That's all right.
But obviously shortened a couple segments this week. No Lounge Dog lineup. He did not make the trip to Hoover this year. And no midweeks. We had midweek baseball, that's for sure. But all in a tournament setting. So we could have given you some upsets, I guess. But I feel like most of you guys are pretty in touch with what's going on in the tournaments. We wouldn't really be given any new information there.
I was going to say, these are also they're all conference tournaments, obviously. So it's not like a mid-major playing a Power 5 school or any upset like that. It would be upsets within the conferences.
Right. And I don't know about you, but I never like to label anything in conference is too much of a upset,
especially a conference tournament. Like, this is where people are playing for their lives. Like, it's either some of them, most of them, this is where their road will end. So they're trying to get that automatic bid by winning the tournament. So I don't really consider any of these games upsets because it's all going to be like everyone's getting their best shot out of everybody.
No, 1,000%. I do want to say with the time schedule that I am on, I'm on Mountain Time, so I am 2 hours behind you guys. And I mean, shoot, literally all week this week, I have gone to bed watching these Big 12
out in
games
Surprise.
out in Surprise, Arizona, that are going till about 1 a.m. my time. And then as soon as I get up and I'm actually get my day started, the Clearwater 8 a.m. games or I guess, yeah, that when they actually did have the 8 a.m. game day one of Clearwater, that was 6 a.m. my time. So baseball was rocking. It's been awesome. I've watched, like, honestly, today, I am going to a concert tonight with my fiance. So I'm probably going to get away a little bit, but I have watched so much baseball this week. It's actually sickening for the average person.
Yeah. Similar. I've been, I think you've seen a couple pictures just pulling a game up at work. They're at 9 a.m., sitting there. Check the ESPN Plus because I'm not staying up to date with every conference tournament, obviously, but see who's playing early morning games. I think yesterday I had ECU and Rice on. That was the first game in Clearwater, I believe. And then I've been watching those ACC tournament games, the early ones. I think they start at 9 a.m. there in Charlotte.
Dude, I don't understand the ACC tournament. I know it's one of the smallest minor league parks in minor league baseball, but I mean,
balls are getting launched out of there.
Yeah,
like even landing close to the like there are no doubters.
Yeah, I guess I get it. It's a smaller big league park, but like the metrics of the stadium don't shock me as like small. And I don't, whatever the wind is doing down there in Charlotte,
must be a tunnel or something, because the ball just carries like no other. It seems like.
Yeah, it seems like any ball up in the air is out of there. And I mean, every team has been putting up like all these runs. I mean, they're getting up to like the 30s in some games. It's insane.
Yeah. Also, like, they've shown a couple dugout shots, like cameras in the dugout with the big, tall city buildings in the background. Kind of looks like, I guess I never paid that much attention to it, but that looks like a sick place to play a conference tournament.
Yeah, I think it's rated as far as like backdrop setting. Obviously, some of these minor league places are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And from what I know, the Charlotte Knights, I think it's the AAA for the White Sox, I want to say.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's rated as one of the top minor league ballparks as far as
backdrop,
just like a backdrop, nice ballpark. You almost, when you're in the stadium, you feel like you could be at a big league game, I guess.
Yeah. No, it looked pretty dope. They kept, like, every game I saw, they would always throw like one of the scenery, like coming back from commercial or going to commercial. And I was like, dang, I would definitely be down to, like, sometime in the future go out and watch the ACC tournament if it's in that ballpark. It seems like
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe stay with Krause for a weekend.
Yeah, good friend Ben Krause.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what went on yesterday, and then we will get into this RPI bubble team conversation here. First off, no clip here, but I did want to state, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Some weather in Montgomery, Alabama yesterday for the Sun Belt tournament.
Yeah, I saw this on Twitter.
And it was becoming realistic that they were not going to be able to get both games in last night. They had Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Lafayette drive over to Troy's stadium, which I can't tell you how far it is. I would imagine
I think they said it was about an hour drive.
Okay, so about an hour drive. Yeah, both teams drive to the neutral location to play that game. I don't know. I just thought that was honest.
The game that was delayed, Troy was playing in, because that's how I found out about this. Was Troy posted that they were the first team to host a game, like a Sun Belt tournament game, or maybe just a college baseball game in general. Probably not, but host a Sun Belt tournament game and them not be playing in it.
Right. Yeah, no, but honestly, props to the Sun Belt tournament and trying to stay on schedule. And you got to think props to both of those teams. Like,
Yeah.
they would not have forced that to happen. I totally believe that it came down to both Coastal and Lafayette agreeing to go do this.
Yeah.
And tell you what, Coach Snall and Coach Matt Deggs, if you need two coaches to make something like that happen, both of those dudes will play you anytime, anywhere. So props to those guys for being down with getting that game in and driving over to Troy and getting it done.
Well, even shout out Troy too, letting them use the facility, the field. I mean, obviously, I don't think they were going to say no, but kind of crazy how like the weather must have been that different just an hour away that they were able to get that second game rolling. So
I think Troy's got turf too, so that could have helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also, I mean, shout out to Louisiana. They have played Coastal Carolina 5 times in the last week, and they're 4-1 against them. So, I mean, we always say how tough it is to beat a team multiple times, especially when it's in a week span, and they have the chance number right now. That's for sure.
A team the caliber of Coastal Carolina too. Like that's not a breeze by game where you're expected to win by any means.
All right, some of the top highlights from yesterday. We have to start with these two games, starting with the Pitt Panthers back to Charlotte, down to their final strike in this game against Florida State. And just to kind of add on to things, Pitt obviously making a run at this tournament. I would say if they lost game 1 of this tournament, they're probably not a bid at all. And they have found their way into that top 30 RPI or in the 30s somewhere. And I think, honestly, just off of yesterday's win, they will be in the tournament now. But let's show you how they got it done down to their last strike in the 9th inning.
1-2 the count, 2 out. 6-5 game. Swinging a fly ball, right center field. Stutzer going back. That ball is gone! It's gone!
Woo! That gave me a little chills.
One, the crowd. I feel like I don't know if it's where the camera or the audio placement was, but it sounded loud in there. And 2, I don't know. Whenever being removed and we talk about like the thing you miss the most is like being with the guys. And when you watch a team like this and what they're doing right now, it's like there's probably no dugout in the country that is more fun to be a part of right now than the Pitt Panthers just playing with house money, taking down top teams in the conference and making a run at this thing.
Yeah, and I think even you looked at I think that might have been their hitting coach or an assistant coach that was like giving him the like, hell yeah, shove there as he entered the dugout. But I didn't watch this live, but I did see the video. That was not like you could see the pitcher's reaction. That was a well-executed pitch.
Yeah, not a bad pitch.
That was obviously not a meatball.
It's an interesting, like, you never
I guess we didn't know the pitch call or location or anything.
Right.
It wasn't a meatball that he was easily going to serve up and like, hey, that was just right down the middle or something like that.
No, my thing is like if you're going to execute one pitch in one location to a left-handed hitter, probably the last thing I'm going to call is a low and inside fastball that is just across baseball like left-handed hitters, right? You don't want to throw them down and in. So to your point, yes, like not a bad pitch at all, but just right in that low and inside corner where all he had to do was drop the head on it and the ball's flying in Charlotte.
Knock out of there. It did just there. That one might have been the shortest home run we've seen that tournament, especially from Pitt. I think they've hit some balls that have cleared the stadium, maybe. Like the stadium.
Long way.
Yeah.
And our next team, another team that was down to their last stripe, and this one ended up being a walk-off. A team that we've been riding on all year, the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. It just feels like a team of destiny. It feels like they have to get back to Omaha. Let's watch how they pulled this one out late last night.
Strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. Barrett gives that a ride. Deep left field. Oh my goodness, a grand slam to walk it off. Unbelievable. Dre Barrett just launches a grand slam to walk it off. 7-6 Golden Eagles.
The best, too, is when it lines up perfectly. Like, you're down 3, right, with 2 outs. So, like, even a single there is not tying the game, probably. And you tee up a grand slam to win by 1. Just storybook ending for Southern Miss.
I mean, yeah, that's when like the kids in the backyard are playing wiffle ball and you step in and you're like, oh, down 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Bases are loaded. But that was also an 0-2 count, I believe. I've seen of a lot of the baseball I've watched this week, a lot of 0-2 pitches are catching way too much of the plate.
Yeah.
But I will say credit to the dudes up there, like they're ready to go when that mistake is thrown. So I mean, that ball was clobbered. That's a big man right there in the box. Absolutely demolished that.
Yeah, I can't say. I mean, probably wrong. I probably just fouled him straight back into the net. But yeah, I can't remember in my hitting career getting too many 0-2 pitches that were that good to hit.
Yeah, I mean, even in that scenario, that was bases like if you were happen to spike one, like the tying run would still be on second. I understand, but like you got
anything but a homer. Yeah,
throw a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, tough. But no, this one for me just kind of adds on to that. You see it happen all the time. Like, I guess in 2 weeks or 3 weeks when Southern Miss hosts a regional and gets to Omaha, it's like these are one of the games that's going to be showed back on the highlight reel. And I just like this is adding to their storyline for me, where it feels like it's a team of destiny, and it feels like they're destined to get back to Omaha this year.
Yeah, like certain things, certain games, certain moments will stick out throughout a season. It kind of helps with the timeline of the season too, and that this one will definitely be huge.
Yeah. All right, and last storyline. This was a walk-off as well. UCLA taking down Purdue. Now, the funniest thing about this is you had probably 1,000 or 2,000 Nebraska fans sitting in the stadium waiting for this game to end. Definitely outweighing any UCLA or Purdue fan base that was in the crowd. And a lot of rain delays all day. Games were all backed up. They eventually told Nebraska that UCLA and Purdue, for them to play the game tonight, this UCLA-Purdue game needed to end by 10:20 p.m. or else they were going to bump it back tomorrow. And it came down to the last 20 seconds here. So we'll show you just how it ended and the timestamps of it. Now, I know that video didn't show a lot of love to UCLA getting the job done, but it was just funny watching this. Like, Purdue was up 3-1 most of the game, and all the Nebraska fans were Purdue fans in the 7th and 8th, right? Like, close it down, let's get this thing going. And then right when UCLA tied it up in the 8th, they immediately became UCLA fans to finish this thing in the ninth.
Hey, we want to play tonight. We want to play tonight.
I just think it's like the amount of fans that were in that ballpark already, considering that I don't know, if they took one more mound visit, they may have bumped that game back. Like that guy probably crossed the plate at like 1953, like with 7 seconds to spare. And you could just see how fired up all the Nebraska fans were about getting their game in.
That is awesome. I love that.
That's one for me. I know I picked Nebraska to be in my Omaha 8, but one of the reasons being, obviously, I thought they were going to be a pretty good team, but one of the reasons, biggest reason, is like that fan base in Omaha. You see how they pack it out for the Big Ten tournament, and it's like it would just be a sea of red if that Husker team got back to Omaha.
Yeah, that would be elite. I mean, they don't even have to put the directions on their phone to get to that stadium. They already know where they're going. So
yeah,
it's just up the highway for them.
All right, well, let's talk about this RPI bubble situation. Let me see if I can. No, it's not going to work anyway. Okay. So, hold on. That's too close.
A little close. Right.
Obviously, I thought we would have Ryan on here to discuss this with us. I already know who the teams are. So, Harding, it's on you today, brother. Walk me through these resumes, and I will read them off real quick just to give a chance for our podcast listeners who do not have a visual. Okay, so team 1 in the top left, their record is 44-15. Their conference record is 15-6. Their RPI is 29. Their Q1 record is 1-4, and the strength of schedule is 117. We'll go over to the top right for team 2. They are 41-14. Conference record of 24-9. RPI of 47. Q1 record of 3-1. Strength of schedule is 172. Bottom left, team 3. Record is 31-21. Conference record of 13-17. RPI of 36. Q1 record of 7-8 and a strength of schedule of 30. And the bottom right, team 4, record of 37-18. Conference record 19-11. RPI 44. Q1 record 7-8 and strength of schedule 76. So it's obviously always a discussion this time of year. I know our guy, Coach Bischel, in a press conference was just kind of talking about RPI, and we know he's a big RPI metrics guy. He scheduled that Bearcat schedule out to a science. But he also kind of said, like, the eye test does mean something, and there are some outliers in RPI. And basically that he believes in the RPI metric, that it's a good metric of how you measure teams when you're looking at a scale of 300 teams. But he also said that he doesn't think it is everything. So when you're looking at these metrics specifically, obviously you have no idea which team is which. And obviously the eye test is kind of out of the picture at this point. So just looking at these metrics, you don't know the team, you don't know the conference. Give me maybe 2 teams that you would put in and 2 teams that you would hold off, and why.
Okay. Just looking, this is my thought process here. I'm going to assume that these top 2, just based off some strength of schedule in the Q1 wins, those are probably 2 mid-major teams. I don't believe they would be Power 4 teams. And then that would be the 2 Power 4 teams in this, I think, are going to be on the bottom here. 44, we'll just go in order, the same order you did. 44-15, 15-6 in the conference. 29 RPI, 1-4 versus Q1. I have no clue who this one is. I think I have a good idea who the other 3 might be, but I have no clue who this is. I mean, that RPI is helping them a lot, I think, here. Especially, 44 wins. I think it would be hard to keep them out. I also would like to see, though, what they would be, or who they, like, depending who the team is, what they do in their conference tournament. And then if you look at the other one, 41-14, 24-9 in conference, RPI 47. The 3-1 versus Q1 teams, that's something that I think sticks out to me, especially if you're going to be, I'm assuming, like I said, these are two mid-major teams. And I think I know who this one is. I would put the team on the top right in over the team on the top left.
Wow.
The RPI is a lot better. And if I'm correct on this team, it might be somewhat biased. So
okay. I can say that the team in the top right is the only team that has not been eliminated from their conference tournament. They still have a chance at that automatic bid.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's tough because the team in the top left, they have more wins. They have a way better, not way better. I mean, it's 18 spots better.
The thing that's tough for me is like you're juggling 3 wins on the win total. Obviously, the team in the top right could add a couple on still.
Yeah.
But you're looking at the RPI slightly better on the top left. The thing that's kind of sticking out to me, which is like, this is where do you juggle this? What do you value? The RPI at 29 and 47 or the Q1 record at 1-4 or 3-1?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I will kind of give you a hint here. You are correct, and both of these top teams are mid-majors. These bottom teams are Power 4. So let's talk about these bottom 2 real quick and what you're seeing there, and then we'll reveal the teams.
Yeah, so the big thing that sticks out to me with the bottom 2, I mean, obviously their Q1 wins are the exact same. RPI, about 8 spots different. 13 and 17 conference record. I believe that's going to be an SEC team, and that is why their RPI is still that high.
Smart guy.
19 and 11 on the right side here in conference, with 6 more wins. I think the team on the right would get the nod for me over the team on the left, just based on conference record. I think the team on the left's an SEC team, and usually it's an automatic you're in if you go 500 in the SEC play. I don't think if it's the team I believe it is. You already had mentioned this too, that they are already eliminated from their conference tournament, and both of these teams would be. But I think you'd have to win a couple more games there, and it would help them even more. You win 1 or 2 games, that RPI would boost up, especially in the SEC tournament.
I'm kind of with you. Obviously, I know who the teams are, but just looking at these numbers, right? Like, you have to value placement in your conference a little bit and how you perform in your conference. And like you said, like, yes, when you're in the SEC, your RPI is never going to be worse than, I mean, look at LSU won like less than 10 SEC games this year, and their RPI is still in the top 50 or 60. So like your schedule alone will keep you in that range. I think this is a situation where it's like RPI is not everything. Like 13 and 17 in the conference. Like you said, they were given that opportunity in the tournament to like, hey, win 1 game. And I'll get into this a little more once we reveal the teams, but like win 1 game, maybe 2. And you'll be in. So
for sure.
Before we reveal the teams here, let's introduce. We did have our guest picker just come out of absolute left field. Brian Nicholson. He's awake. Alarm finally did not go off, but had the internal clock going. So Ron, I know you're probably a little sped up right now, just knowing you. What's going through your head, and how we doing on this morning?
Sped up, upset with myself that I wasn't up earlier, but ready to get things going. I was really excited, so upset that I missed the first half or 30 minutes.
You're all good, baby.
A little sweaty, Eddie, but
Okay. We are in the middle of our RPI guessing game, bubble team, blind resume. So I'm going to give you a chance to look at these real quick while we run through some of these comments. So here are our 4 teams and the resumes. Let you take a gander. Let's see what Jack Franke's got. I would lean the 2 teams on the right side, giving the top right team a chance, even though the strength of schedule is tough, but have had success in the Q1. I like that, Franke. I like it.
That's what stands out to me. I think sometimes you look at these Q1 games, like they went 3-1. A lot of these teams that you're going to play in the NCAA tournament are going to be Q1 teams. So that's what stands out to me. I think I just like to see it a little more competitive. Obviously, these guys can beat really good teams. So that's the reason I leaned to the team on the right.
Right.
For that one.
Sub 500 conference record rules out bottom left for me. I'm taking bottom right over. Yeah. I think Franke has a really good read and touch on this. We should probably throw him in the committee.
Yeah, I mean, he's dialed. Maybe we need to have him on an epi.
Yeah. We might have to. He seems pretty locked in. So, Ron, I know I didn't give you a ton of time to look, but just on a quick glance, if you could give me 2 teams you're putting in and 2 teams you're taking out, who do you think that would be?
Well, I mean, the top right, they're 3-1 in the quad 1. So, and they also have 41 wins. I mean, you got a good RPI with 41 wins and an RPI of 47. I think, the top 2, just because their RPI is just really, really good, and they got 40-plus wins.
Interesting. So you're going both top 2?
Both top teams.
Or both of both the teams on the top.
Yeah, because I think the committee really they really care about RPI. I mean, you look at, how many teams they take from the Southeastern Conference every year, and those RPIs are always solid. So
let me ask you.
That's usually the first thing that I look at.
Yeah. Let me ask you, bottom left with an RPI of 36, what is it about those metrics that is keeping them out of the tournament for you?
It's not that they're like I don't like them. I think it's just hard to stack it up against when both, it's kind of playing devil's advocate of like, all right, well, 31-21, you didn't get to 35 wins, which is one thing, but they have a good RPI, but stacking it against the 40-win team with an under 60 RPI. So it's it's really not up to me. I mean, whatever.
I know it's not up to you, man. I'm just trying to get your opinion.
I know. I'm just trying to.
All right. Well, let's just reveal these teams.
Can I take a guess at least one of them?
I think I want to take a guess at one of them too.
Yeah, because I got Ron to fall into exactly the trap that I wanted him to here.
Yeah, and I think I know. I think the bottom left is UK.
I would agree with you.
You would be right.
Kent State. That's who I thought it was. I didn't know. I thought this would be an ACC or a Big 12 team down here on the bottom right. I wasn't sure.
So we had Team 1 as Mercer, the Mercer Bears in the SoCon. Team 2 as Kent State in the MAC. Team 3 was the Kentucky Wildcats, and Team 4, the Arizona State Sun Devils. So after revealing the teams, Cole, what are your thoughts on, I guess, who you think you should be in, and maybe the realistic thought of out of these 4, give me the 2 who you think the committee might put in.
Yeah, I didn't know clue Mercer's RPI was that high. Good for them. I think it's tough. You said obviously Mercer, UK, and Arizona State have all been eliminated. So Kent State still possibly playing for an at-large bid if they win the MAC. I don't know. Looking at it now, they would probably maybe even give the nod to Mercer over Kent State, I would assume. And I agree with Ron. Kentucky or Ron and Franke. Kentucky's eliminated. I think the below 500, with it being a 4-game spread there, wins to losses. 2 more wins would have got you to 500. But I think that's just a big marker or a big goal. And they're under 35 wins, which Ron also mentioned. I think that eliminates them, and I would give Arizona State a nod here. They're a good team, man. They're 19-11 difference. I mean, their RPI is not as high, maybe as some people would want, but I still think Arizona State, and I don't know who they would give the nod to, Mercer or Kent State there. Like I said, maybe Kent State goes and just wins the MAC tournament, and then Mercer gets in as an at-large.
Right. Like I think there's a chance that 3 of these teams get in. I don't think all 4 will. But I didn't exactly pick. I may have not picked the best bubble teams to talk about here because I do think there's a good chance that 3 of these teams could get in. But my thing was more like focusing on the top 2. Mercer's been eliminated. Say Kent State does not get a bid. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to obviously like bid stealers and who wins the tournaments. But I guess my thing is I think right now Mercer's in from the D1 baseball projections. Mercer is in, and Kent State would not be with an at-large. I just think looking at that Kent State resume, it just kind of like it rips my heart out not being able to reward a team for having that good of a season. Like losing
that's a
14 games. Like that is such a good year.
A nasty season.
You also look at it like they can't control who's in their conference, how good their conference is. And they went out
for the Q1.
And they went out and played
3-1
Q1 teams and went 3-1. They beat Tennessee in a series at Tennessee.
Yeah. And then I believe their other one was when LSU. No, I think that is the third Q1 win is at the time, because I think the way it works, this shows you how much I actually know about all these metrics. I'm pretty sure the way it works is all of the time you played them. So LSU at the time was a Q1 win.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then back to the Wildcats real quick, Ron, I'm curious on your perspective. It's like, I honestly think they were given an opportunity to, if you just beat a Vanderbilt team in game 1 of the SEC tournament that is already not going to make the tournament, I seriously think they're way more heavily considered, and maybe not a lock, but like I think it just helps them out. I seriously think that they would be in if they just got 1 win against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they needed, if you ask them, they'd probably say that they would have liked to have a better trip down to Hoover, but I mean, they still got a shot. I mean, you look at ESPN and they're saying I think they're last 4 in. I hope they get in. It's just tough. They had some stuff not go their way. I mean, they got 15 quad 1 games. So, I mean, hopefully the committee looks at that and says, they're definitely battle tested and are in the top 64 teams. But I mean, it's just tough when you look at the resume of a Kent State and you're just like, they only had 4 quad 1 games, but they won 3 of them.
Yeah.
Were 3 of their quad 1 games the Tennessee series? Then what, they had a midweek?
I think it was an LSU win and a midweek, and then they took a series 2 out of 3 against Tennessee at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to bypass that if they don't win their conference championship, but
it's just always it's so tough because at the end of the day, is Kentucky a top 64 team in college baseball? Absolutely. 1,000%. Is Kent State? Probably. But I would put them in that
forced your hand
50 to 60 range, right? Yeah. I think they could be in that. But it's how do you have to reward winning at some point in performance. Which is where I think
got to 15 wins in the conference, right. They would be solidified. So it's just it's a 2-win thing. I remember Florida, I think my year that I was at UK, I think Florida snuck in the tournament with like 13 wins. I don't remember what their RPI was, but I mean, it's definitely possible. I feel like they keep bringing that number down in conference wins in SEC, but
I think,
and it sucks, but like to your point, Florida was the last 4 team in, and they got to Omaha. Like,
yeah, they did get to Omaha.
It's just sucks that I don't know. It's just such a tough game, and like you go back to Ole Miss in 22, last 4 team in, win the national championship.
Yep.
So like, it shows the depth of the SEC. I also understand the frustration and like, how can we reward a team for winning 31 games? Like, I get both sides of it 1,000%.
Yeah, I think another big thing it's gonna bite Kent State in the butt if they don't win the whole thing is the Miami of Ohio won the MAC. They have a higher, or they're higher in the RPI right now. They're only a spot higher, but they do have less wins, but they have more Q1 games and more Q1 wins.
Do they really?
Yeah, I think at least that's what it's saying here. It's saying they're 4-6 in Q1 games. So I don't know who they played outside of or in non-conference, but I think that's going to be something that could bite them in the butt. Is MAC not necessarily known to be a 2-bid team? That would be very rare if they were. It's usually win the tournament, and that's how you make the NCAA tournament. But you got a couple teams in there that, like, you look at this resume here for Kent State, and it's definitely appealing to the eye. But then you look at Miami of Ohio, who won the MAC in the regular season, and I don't know, have they been eliminated, John? Do you know?
I think so. And no, that's a great point. Is like, I don't know if there's ever been a time, if ever, that the MAC gotten that large bid. So it's like, at a certain point, you kind of have to win the tournament. Like, I don't know if it's ever happened before. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But I feel like we could talk about this one for quite a while. Let's get into these matchups in our 5 games today.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Ron, let's see what you got. I know.
Ron, did you bring like a mascot head for game of the week or something?
I wish.
Lee Corso?
I'm on the road right now, so that would just been too much stuff to lug around. That would have been funny, though, just filling up the bus with a bunch of mascot heads.
All right, first game, just to clarify, I didn't even try to get the pitching matchups on these games. I mean, it's tournament time. I think you could personally throw those out the window. It's a matter of looking yourself in the mirror and seeing what kind of balls you got on any given day to rattle off some wins and win one of these tournaments. So first game, we are going to the Big Ten. A little rematch here, UCLA versus USC. This one for me, I think everyone's probably going to initially lean UCLA. USC's got those arms rolling, and UCLA, I swear, ever since that I went to go watch them on Friday night and they rolled Oregon, and I said that there's no doubt this team's going to be in Omaha, they have not been playing the best baseball since that point. Still not losing games. I think they've only dropped 1 or 2 since then, but in a lot of close ball games, it seems like they're not playing their best baseball right now, but still finding a way to win. Who do we got in this Big Ten semifinal matchup?
I'm going to lean Bruins here. I think this is a historical season for the Bruins in college baseball. I saw something. I don't know if it was true or not, or what ranking it was, but they're the only team to remain
number 1
team from start to finish through the regular season.
Yeah.
I think it's a historical season for them. They're setting records. They didn't play too hot last night, as we already talked about. Walked off Purdue, who's they should probably just stomp over. But I'm going to lean with the Bruins here. I think they want to add a Big Ten tournament championship, not just a regular season championship, to their resume. I think they'll get it done over the Trojans.
Ron?
Yeah, I'll keep that trend. I mean, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
West
like
State-
to think that
wrong.
their head coach is like probably gonna get in their buns the last couple of games about, they're probably so much better than, what they've been playing like. But I think that I think it might be close, but I think they'll still roll. I mean, their lineup is disgusting. They've been raking, so
I do want to point out
I'm gonna ride with them.
UCLA did sweep USC in the regular season. But Ron, you just kind of made a good point. I was thinking about taking a chance on the Trojans, but to your point, we talked about they've not been playing their best baseball. I feel like this is one of those times, and when that happens, you start analyzing more and more, right? What you're doing wrong, what you could be doing different. I think this is one of those games where you can kind of throw all of that out the window mentality-wise and pretty much say, hey, you're playing your in-state crosstown rival in a semifinal game in the tournament. Like, who cares who's on the mound?
Yeah.
I don't know. Basically, you're not trying to overthink this one. You're going to play balls out, and you're throwing maybe these scuffles, these issues out the window. So I'm also going to be rolling with the Bruins today. That lineup, I mean, they turned that lineup over as quick as anyone I've seen, and their at bats 1 through 9, man, are just unbelievable. So I'm going to be rolling with the Bruins as well, really manifesting a Nebraska UCLA championship in Omaha.
Would be sick.
That'd be cool.
Awesome.
That'd be sea of red.
Sea of red.
But also, I feel you got to look at like you're getting deep. You're in the semifinal now, so like you got to look at like who. You got to look at the pens. Like, whose pen do I like more?
For sure.
And like, who's kind of riding that momentum? But I don't know. I just feel like UCLA has that win gene of just like knowing how to win. And I think they're going to want to. I mean, they shouldn't be as motivated as USC because, USC doesn't have, what the season that UCLA had being won the whole time. But I mean, I think UCLA has like that, we want to eliminate our, rival from the tournament. So I think
they're also a team that just goes out there and they play good baseball, like pretty much every time they roll out. So I think it's not like a huge thing where they have to overthink anything. It's like, just get back to what we've been doing all season long and we'll be completely fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys remember how deep these tournaments are. Like when you get this deep, like, I mean, it's who's starting and like, how long are they going and then how quickly are we going to our pen? Like, I remember just trying to get.
I do want to say, I think both of these teams have only played one game so far. So the way they set it up was the top 4 seeds, I believe, got like 2 buys. But
so they're pretty much both loaded and ready to rock.
Yeah,
let's
both
go.
Of these teams should be riled up and ready to get a win in Omaha today. Moving on to our next game, we got the Miami Hurricanes taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Could be a lot of runs scored in this game. I'll tell you that much.
Could be. I would agree with you there.
I would encourage the over. But who do we got in this matchup between the Canes and Georgia Tech?
Well, John, when I saw this, I thought the same thing. A lot of runs would be scored. And when I think that, I take the better lineup or the lineup I like more, and that's Georgia Tech. Watched them the other day play Virginia Tech. We're down a little, but, man, we know how the ball flies there. These guys backspin the crap out of baseballs, hit balls really hard, even when they make an out. I love the Georgia Tech lineup. I've been high on them all year. I think they will win this one over Miami, knock out the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to agree. Like, I watched them be down, like, I think 12-0 this year, and they came all the way back and won. I forget who was against. I think it was Wake Forest.
Yeah.
But I think I texted you, John, and was like, literally just watched the wheels of Georgia Tech coming all the way back from 12-0. Like, they're off. I mean, I don't remember their Cole. Do you remember their place being an absolute boombox? But like, I'm seeing people hit home runs that I did not see people hit home runs at.
That was the year before I got there. You guys opened up there, but yes,
That's right.
I do remember you guys played there, but I've heard it's a boombox to right, and it's I'm pretty sure it's a short porch in right field there with the trees in the background right against the fence.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
You see a lot of dudes go, or a lot of righties go oppo like with ease there.
Yeah, but I mean, Georgia, they're what, number 2, right?
I think so.
I mean,
yep.
Their offense is really, really athletic. Like, I feel like a lot of the guys can run. I mean, yeah, I hate to, pick another chalk, but
I know.
Georgia Tech.
We'll have some fun moving on here in the next. I'm with you. I'm gonna go chalk as well on these first two. If there's any lineup that goes toe to toe or even beats UCLA as far as the 1 through 9 at bats and flipping that lineup over, it is the Yellow Jackets. And Cole, you said it best, in a high scoring game, or if you just look at the ACC tournament in Charlotte for the last 3 years, the amount of runs that are scored, I'm taking this Georgia Tech offense every single time. So I'll be riding the Yellow Jackets as well. Now, this is when it gets interesting. Let's move into the SEC semifinal games that we got going today.
Home babe.
We got the Georgia Bulldogs, who have just been righting the ship all year. And then you got the Florida Gators, who have really flown under the radar, honestly, all year. In my opinion, maybe the best 1-2 combo as far as pitching in the country. But Florida coming into this game 2-0, so have already used both of those pitchers, and Georgia only playing one game before this one. Who do we got in this SEC semifinal matchup? Ron, and I feel like you right, like the trend of the past few years. Like you see those hot teams and you want to ride with the hot team, but it seems like lately it's been the team that has won the regular season that has just ran the show in the SEC tournament the past couple of years.
Yeah, I'm going with Georgia strictly because one of my really close friends, mentors maybe, Nick Amorati, he's the head hitting coach there. I had him at UK. He's the man, and dude he just gets it, man. Flat out knows how to teach hitting, and that Georgia team rakes.
Yeah,
they do. They are.
Yeah, man. He asked me to send him some Latin music because I guess some of the guys like listening to some Latin music, and like we are hearing that all the time just with the Latin guys we have on our team. So I sent him some Latin music. Maybe maybe one of those is the hitting song, but I'm going with Georgia. I mean, that's another chalk team, but Florida, I mean, they beat Georgia at Georgia. So
I don't think Ron really likes Florida.
Ron is not too fond of the Gators. I know that for damn sure.
I'm not a huge fan of them. I mean, I respect them. They're always solid. They always, are tough to eliminate, especially from the tournament. But I know that Florida's the only team that went into Athens, though, and beat Georgia in a series. So I think I'm almost positive.
I'm not. I don't remember. I didn't pay enough.
Let me look.
They either won one and was the only SEC team to win one in Athens, or I think they won the series. I don't know which one, but
I'm gonna pull that up while Cole, you go ahead and give your pick.
Yeah, Ron made some great points there, but I did want to take what you said there at the end was a tough team to eliminate from a tournament. The Florida Gators are. We mentioned it when we talked about Florida being one of the last teams a couple years ago to get into the tournament and then ended up in Omaha. I think for some reason, they have flown under the radar this year, especially through conference play. Like, I just feel like I haven't heard a ton about the Gators. But every year they seem to start playing their best ball at the right time. I'm going to take this as my dog of the day and give me the Gators.
Dog of the day.
Yeah. Give me the Gators.
This one is super tough for me, because I did just verify, the Florida Gators were the only ones to go into Athens and win the series. They may have been the only team to beat Georgia in a series in the SEC alone. So that obviously makes me want to ride with the Georgia Bulldogs to get their get back as the number one team, the only team they didn't beat.
They want their get back.
Having something to play for a little bit, I think they're thinking about it. Also, Ron, like Florida is never a team. They like to talk a little bit. It's just a team that if you lose to them, you remember it and you don't forget it, right? Like they just have
I remember
stigma about them.
I played them when I was with you guys at Cincinnati, and then I played them again when I was at UK, and they were just as talkative. It didn't matter who who they were playing. They were they were a little chippy. They were very, very chippy.
I think you have like 5 career homers against those guys, by the way.
Yeah. But
I think them and the Xavier Musketeers, you have those are probably your top 2 teams as far as specific homers against.
Yeah, definitely Xavier. I think Xavier has to be one. Loved hitting against Xavier. But yeah, like Florida knows how to get under your skin. You just got to be able to somehow rise above that. And it's sweet when you get a W against them. I know that, but it sucks when they beat you. So definitely a very emotional game when you play them. It's always fun though.
That's what makes them fun to watch though, is there's going to be animosity, some energy like between dugouts every game, every Florida game throughout the whole season. Unless at the beginning of the year they're just kicking the shit out of someone.
If you're in the close dugout near them, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You don't want to. I remember being over, and be like, I don't want to make an error in front of this dugout. They're going to be in my buns. But
John, who's
moving on to my pick? I'm going to go with the hot teams in both of these matchups because I just don't see either. I don't see them going 0-2 today. One of these teams that is hot and playing for something is going to win. And I'm going with the Gators, one of the hottest teams in the country right now, playing for that top 8 seed. So give me the Gators, the only team that has beat Georgia this year.
Come on, Gators, give it a
get up and go.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, Gators.
If they're able to play that, in Hoover, I'm definitely on the Gators.
They don't even need to play it. They got that one dude as long as he's there to start the chant. You guys remember that?
Yeah, he had a jersey on and everything.
Yeah. Friday night mound visits, like the first game we played at Florida. Like I remember they were doing that on the pitching change. And I was like, this is actually kind of sick.
It was sick.
It was really dope.
Yeah, I remember being on deck before Hurst and Waldrop start. And I'm on deck, and the guy goes, "Hey, number 3, is that how many times you're going to strike out today?"
And it in fact was.
I think it was.
Waldrop got you twice, didn't he? I know he got you once.
I think it was only 2. Yeah, nice. I think
you got me one. Punched my ticket once.
Yeah, I was. I honestly looked back at him. I was like, dude, maybe. Like,
I think he did get me once too.
This guy's pretty good. But yeah, I ended up striking out my first 2 ABs, and then I was literally thinking about it. I'm like, just put the fucking ball in.
John just skipped the back circle after he struck out twice. He just sat in the dugout until the guy in front of him got out and walked straight to
the plate.
12's like, dude, what are we doing? It's just a changeup. It's not the best splitter in in the
12. The ball's evaporating.
It's the best splitter in baseball in general now.
I remember him telling me.
The best.
He said, "Hey, if the splitter starts below your waist, it's going to be a ball." I said, 12. That's awesome. But by the time I actually know it's a splitter, I'm already swinging. I'm already I'm at contact. Yeah. So,
and then you take.
Yeah, it's not helping me out too much. All right, next SEC semifinal, we got the Auburn Tigers, who their pitching staff looks absolutely lights out right now. And then you got the Arkansas Razorbacks, who every year feels like they start to play their best baseball at this time of the year, and those boys are rolling right now. Who do we got in this SEC semifinal?
I am taking the team. They've knocked out both the Orange Tees in the tournament so far. They knocked off the Tennessee Volunteers and the Texas Longhorns. I've been high on this team since the beginning of the season. I've mentioned many times how I love their coach. I just think he's a historical Hall of Fame name in college baseball, or he will be at least 1 year when he decides to hang up the clipboard or the cleats, whatever you want to call it here. But give me the Razorbacks today. Arkansas. I think kind of what John said, they seem to play their best baseball this time of the year. It's almost like you're never surprised to see Arkansas in Omaha. It feels like it's like they just know how to get there. They've had some struggles once they get there, but they don't have a problem getting there. I think they're riding a hot hand. Bats look good. Lineup looked good. Bullpen ready to roll. Give me the Razorbacks today.
Ronald,
I'm gonna go the backs today too.
Yeah,
I think their offense has been just absolutely making Hoover look tiny.
Yeah,
and they're big. I love their big lefty in their lineup. The blonde guy is just hitting balls 116.
dude.
So that's always fun to watch.
Mashing balls.
Yeah.
I forget. What is it Aloy? Is that how you pronounce the last name? Because I think
he's actually hurt.
He's in the Baltimore. I think he's in the.
Well, his brother is still there.
His little brother's on the team, but he's actually done for the season. He just broke his hamate bone.
Jeez.
Which, dude, I feel like people know about the hamate. I know about it because I had the surgery in high school. Is it just me, or do I recognize everyone? Like, I feel like this is a record amount of hamate bone injuries we've seen in college baseball this year, especially the big names. Like, you got Jake Brown from LSU, Aloy from Arkansas. Like, there's a couple more that I'm missing.
Why do you think that is?
Like, Brady Ballinger from
just
Kansas.
Like swinging too much?
I don't know. It's a great question. I wonder if it's
to answer that question.
Go ahead.
The doctor told me when I broke mine that it only happens to power hitters. So
sure,
it's just something to throw out there.
You're probably like, yeah, that sounds right.
That's on par. He told me, he goes, one guy, this only happens to power hitters. I know the last guy in the big leagues I know it happened to was Giancarlo Stanton. And I was like, that's pretty on par, I guess, then.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fits the mold, right?
Yeah, that makes sense, Doc.
But no, for my pick, I kind of led into it on my last one. I'm going with the Hogs across the board here. I'm riding with the two hot teams in the SEC, maybe over the vastly proven teams. I just don't see one of these teams is going to win today. So I'm also with the Hogs. I will say Auburn, with how their pitching staff and bats are starting to pick it up, they look like one of the scarier teams in the country right now. I will say that.
That game is going to be packed.
Yeah. It's going to be a great day in Hoover. That's
Arkansas travels, and Auburn is really, really close to Hoover, obviously. So the game is going to be sick.
That'll be one to make sure we watch today.
Yeah. In our last game, the only conference championship that we have on this beautiful Saturday, we got the Kansas Jayhawks taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers for the Big 12 championship. To add a little bit here, West Virginia did go to Lawrence 2 to 3 weeks ago and sweep Kansas in their own ballpark. Just to add a little bit to this Big 12 tournament. Both of these teams probably in line to host right now. I'll say this. The fact that both of these teams made it to the Big 12 championship, let's give the Big 12 some respect finally, and at least give them a chance.
Respect them.
Like, give them two hosts. They both deserve it. Let's give it to them. Kansas and West Virginia both deserve a regional in their own ballparks. And I'll just start with that. But whoever wins this game is definitely going to be hosting a regional. Who do we got winning this Big 12 championship in Surprise, Arizona?
Yeah. John, you mentioned it. West Virginia went to Lawrence, swept the Jayhawks or in their regular season matchup. I feel like Kansas went out to a big lead in the Big 12, and West Virginia's just been trying to catch them the whole time, trying to catch them. Did what they had to do, swept them in Lawrence. Wasn't enough to hold on and pass them to win the regular season in the Big 12. I think this is another opportunity for them to maybe get to step up on them here and say, hey, we'll win the tournament. So I think the West Virginia Mountaineers will pull this one off today. I just think they're a gritty team. Both these teams are gritty. Honestly, I kind of view this as a coin flip game, in my opinion. I think either team could win with ease. Like it's going to be a good matchup, but I think the Mountaineers will take this one and be Big 12 champions.
Ronald?
I'm going Kansas, dude. Kansas. I'm going that because I just don't think if you're a team that's arguably going to host, you're going to get swept by – I mean, West Virginia obviously is like another really good team because they're in the same conversation. But just if you're in the conversation to host, you're not going to get 4 games in a row taken, I think. And I think they're going to have chips on their shoulder, I think. So,
yeah. It's definitely a good
surprise. That place is going to be that's a boombox. The ball does absolutely crazy things there. The ball's going to fly in Arizona.
Is that where I'm guessing that's where you guys have spring training?
That's the Royals and Rangers.
Royals and Rangers. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been out to Surprise and gotten to hit some balls out there, or what?
Yeah, I remember I backed up a game. Against the Rangers last year there in spring training, and it was.
That's the one you homered in. Yeah, sure is. Oh
yeah,
God, that's what he went to get. He's revealed. This is a mascot head. Closest we're gonna get.
The closest we are going to get to a mascot head all year. My pick. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just sprinted down the stairs. Actually tripped and ran into the door. No, she actually just yelled at me because I tripped, ran into the door, and scared the shit out of her. But still recovering. But the West Virginia Mountaineers got the sweep in Lawrence. They're not beating this team 4 times. They're not going 4-0. Give me the Kansas Jayhawks. I will be cranking the hog all day today. And I'm on the Jayhawks. I think this is their season. Take the regular season. Take the conference tournament. They're not losing 4 times. Give me the Jayhawks to take home the tournament today. Just to add on to my reasoning, my play here, game 1 against Baylor. Baylor came back, took the lead on them in the 8th. They ended up coming back late, winning that game. And then yesterday against OK State, feeling that lead slip away. They have a 1-run lead in the 8th, and then they hit a grand slam and ended up taking that game handily. So I just feel it's the destiny factor for me.
They feel the late game heroics with them.
Yeah. And Kansas is just – I feel like that dugout feels like they can't lose right now, no matter the score, no matter the inning. So give me the Jayhawks.
It's a scary vibe to play against.
It's very scary.
Very scary.
Very scary. All right. Well, unless you guys got anything else, that will wrap it up from my end. Cole, I know we anticipated this one maybe being shorter, especially since Ron wasn't on here. I think this is our longest episode of the year. So
I think it ended up being the longest one. That's all right. We had our good friend Ron join a little late. I think we got about 25, 30 minutes in before we got him going. So that gives us an excuse to make this one go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I want to so you guys definitely talked about the Bearcats while I was still getting up and moving around. What we got on them right now?
I honestly, JP, you can go ahead. You can go first because I want to see what you say.
Okay. The thing I will say is comparative to the team last year, I feel like consistently, I still think last year was a better team as far as the dynamic of the offense and the consistency of the playing. With that being said, when this 2026 team plays their best baseball, they are better than last year's team. So that's what's, I think, kind of scary when you talk about going to a regional. I think you need to be able to hit the long ball and put up runs quickly. And I think this team's better at that than they did last year. More home run threats, more pop. Another thing I want to throw out there is obviously a lot of new guys to this team, but I think just as far as within a program, your first regional compared to your second regional, like whether you were playing in the game, whether you were on the team or not, I just feel like there has to be, and I'm curious, I want to ask Coach Bischel about this next week. Obviously doing similar at Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Just as far as like the confidence of the team going into your second regional, I feel like last year was like, all right, we're in it. Like this year, I feel like there's going to be more of a like playing to win it. Yeah, playing to win it.
Their step last year,
we're not just like here. We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying to win.
The goal last year felt like, hey, we made the regional. Now what do we do? And now you have a little bit of like, okay, well, we already made a regional. That's not a big deal. What's the next step? Like the next milestone is win a regional and get to a super regional. So I agree with you there. I also wanted to point out a thing that makes the Bearcats, I think, scary as well. I totally agreed with you on scoring runs quickly and the ability to hit the long ball, John. But their defense, especially in the outfield, has the opportunity to make big plays and change games. It's something that's gone overlooked like pretty much the whole year. We got a couple guys on Sports Center, Derek Pitts a few times, but they take away like doubles are outs. Sometimes home runs are outs. So like I think their ability to play defense in the outfield could actually change the game, especially in the postseason, to where they become even more scarier of a team or a 2 seed more than likely.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think probably the thing that held me back from mentioning defense was the fact that I watched our infield make like 4 errors the other night. Didn't like that at all.
No,
but not good. The outfield is something special. And when you talk about like a 2-out double in the gap being the difference in these games, like Derek Pitts or Conlon Daniel can go track that thing down and turn it into an out.
And you even have Taransky that can go make a play. You have Cal Sefcik, who's made a couple good plays. Like they're not as speedy, but they know how to play the outfield at least. But yes,
Sefcik's made some good plays. His good plays just almost remind me of like my good plays, right? Like it's like
the wall, and then you got to jump. Like
it's like John made a hell of a play out there, and then like you go watch someone else go after the same ball, and it looks like very routine.
But he knows, like, at least he's making those plays and able to. I just think you could plug a couple different guys out there, and it doesn't really matter who it is controlling the outfield there in center. They're going to go make some plays, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm fired up, Ron. I'll be sitting on Monday waiting with Airbnb and the selection show open, trying to make this thing happen where I can get to a regional. We're hoping they're somewhere in the South region that is like driving distance, right, from Cincinnati. That's the only way I'm going to be able to fly in and convince these guys to get down there.
I was just going to ask, I was like, where are they going to go? Because I'm trying to think of other schools that are going to host that's going to be relatively close, because they're
like, what if West Virginia hosted?
That's the thing, is I've learned like they really try to avoid putting at-large bids in conference hosts. They really try to split those up. I guess last year I just noticed that like I tried to follow it and get a guess and a read on it, and I don't think a single projection had us in Knoxville until selection show. So like I don't really know.
Hey, this 2 seed looks good here. They're not traveling. I don't know. Like that's what it seems like to me. It's probably.
I don't think they'll put them in West Virginia's.
No, we've been projected in Gainesville the last 2 projections, which I absolutely hate.
Yeah.
But
It's not ideal.
no.
Bishop has been to a regional in Gainesville already. No one else on the team has, but
I think they might send him to like Auburn. Something
Could.
like that.
It'll be interesting to see. I have no idea where we'll go. I don't know how to even think to predict it. So
The only thing about like it'll just be interesting because I feel like we were playing ourselves into one of those higher 2 seeds. So it's just going to depend on like Arkansas was one of those that was ahead of us as a 2 seed. Are they going to be a host
That'd be
now?
a tough place
Are
to
they
go in to win?
So it also depends like Auburn might be too low of a seed for us to go. Like I anticipate us going to not a top 8. I think we'll be seeded from 8 to 16, I guess, if that makes sense. We'll be one of the top half 2 seeds. So I don't see us going, like, that's why I think we might not go to Auburn. Like, I don't see us going to a top 8 national seed. So,
yeah.
But other than that, that's kind of my
if we
only,
don't.
yeah, I think that's kind of my only guess as of right now. And I think obviously some of those, like from 14 to 18, it's probably still a question mark as of who's hosting. So, yeah, I don't really know. I'm kind
Is
of
Nebraska going to host a regional?
I think
That
they're
one-
locked in, which
that
I
one
would
might
love that one because that's only 6.5 hours from me. So
that's
told
also
these
another
guys-
scary place to
Their
go.
place is sick. I feel like that would be a really fun place to go to.
Yeah, I'd be fired up about that one. I told these guys if it happens to be in Lincoln, I'd probably be there on Wednesday for like practice days in BP. I'd be in the yard. Hey, Ron, like we always said, get there, get a lay of the land.
Get a lay of the land. Take some BP at night. Do our cuts and relays. But going to Lincoln would be sick because, I mean, dude, the barbecue there isn't that supposed to be like awesome or something?
There's a lot of places with good barbecue though.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, if we're talking barbecue, like specifically barbecue, send us down to Starkville, which that could be like they're gonna be on that 14 to 18 or 12 to 16 range of seeds potentially. Like we could go down there.
It's gonna be. I heard people on. I think you got in the conversation too, John. Like them between Mississippi State and Arkansas, possibly, depending what Arkansas does the rest of the tournament. So,
and that's one where like I think the committee might find a way to get both of those in. There's 2 of the best venues in college baseball that can host the most fans and will travel the most. Like
that's where this comes.
The money comes into play a little bit.
Hey, if we put this team, we're going to make way more money as the NCAA than we would if we put this team.
And it just looks better. Like it does.
Like, I will say you can't
blame
them.
Regional and it just.
I mean, Starkville was built to host postseason baseball, basically. Like that is
it's so cool. I mean, I bet it smells great there on a regional weekend.
Oh. It smelled great when they were getting swept by Florida a couple years ago. It still smelled great. But yeah, let's wrap this thing up though. Ron, thanks for weathering the storm and finding a way on here despite.
Yeah, hand up, man. Like, I don't know what happened. I thought I literally checked my alarm and it just was going off, but it wasn't making any noise. So
you're good.
Hey, not proud of it, man, enough to say it.
Not proud of it, man, enough to say it. But yeah, I mean, nothing we can do there at this point. Just, move on. Always love talking to you guys. But wish I had some more time.
I miss you, man.
Yeah, I miss you, bro.
It's been in a long time. You need to get your chin piece back going here soon.
Dude, I haven't shaved. I've been seeing it well lately, so I'm just literally it looks really bad right now.
Yeah, I don't think you look great.
Great per usual, Ron.
Yeah.
Last question before we wrap up. Me and Cole were talking about that your arrival time could have been delayed because you didn't factor your morning shit into your game time. Did that have anything to do with it, or is that thing still brewing and getting ready to go right now?
We're still brewing. I don't think like it. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm probably around like usually an hour away from my usual slot.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
And when you're on the road, lobby guy or in room?
No, I'm just in the room.
Jeez.
But I'll just, courtesy. It's not that bad.
Couple courtesy flushes. All right. Before we start talking about poop too much, let's wrap this thing up. Ron, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Best of luck out there in Seattle and Pasco and wherever the hell else they take you in the Pacific Northwest. Keep doing your thing. And
keep seeing it.
That's all I got. Let's have a Saturday, boys. What do you say?
Come, babe.
Thanks, guys.
And